Khloe Kardashian, notorious for her curvy physique, not ashamed to show it off. She regularly posts photos of herself, videos of her working out on her social media accounts to inspire fans, but in recent posts, she goes off on some of her followers.
Why the are you still complaining and saying, if I had a trainer, if I had a gym? Well, I don't have a gym. I'm showing you guys how to do the workout so you don't need a trainer. I'm using everything that I'm sure you guys have around the house. Or improvise. If only complaining burned calories, you guys would be some healthy. But to all the ones who appreciate my snaps, I love you and God bless.
Apparently some of this is because some of her fans are having trouble relating with her on her health journey. Why? Well, she's very wealthy, can afford a personal trainer, can afford all the gym equipment she needs, and obviously not everyone out there can.
At the end of the day, it is your personal responsibility. If you do want to work out, you can make it happen. There's no excuses for that, but there's a way to inspire the people that are following you to be able to do that, because the way you come across with that, it's creating more anger than inspiration.
Well, and the biggest issue I've had with celebrities in general when it comes to promoting a message of health is, quite frankly, we act like they're ridiculously busy. Most celebrities have a lot of flexibility. Once they get to that level of celebrity, fame, fortune,
trainer, food,
they do,
everything.
massage therapists, and they have it all before them. I'm not saying that they don't work hard, but I do think it's a little bit misleading when we follow our favorite celebrities and we think, well, if she can do it, I can do it. Because the fact is, most Americans, most people in the world, they're hardworking. They have jobs. They take them out of their homes early in the morning or longer.
Sometimes 2 jobs. And because you don't have access or resources or money doesn't mean that you can't diet.
Well, and I think, honestly, I think that's what Khloe is trying to say to people. Look, a lot of these movements, body weight movements, a $10 exercise band is really all the gym equipment you need.
Yeah, but there's a defense mechanism. She comes across a little bit obnoxious, and it's
look, you're never going to mistake me as a Kardashian fan. I'm not a huge fan of that crew.
You heard it here.
The data is irrefutable. A Gallup survey from 2009, 47% of Americans earning less than $36,000 a year exercised at least 3 days a week, so less than half. Whereas the number was much higher if you earned $80,000 or more a year. And that can be something as simple as, look, it's easier to afford a babysitter. It's easier to afford a gym membership. It's also culturally, when you look at the statistics, wealthier people do tend to work out more. And again, it gets back to, if you have no time, if you don't have the funds for a gym membership, if nothing else, just getting on your feet more throughout the day and moving and getting on the phone, and instead of sitting in your chair and you take your phone call standing up and you're walking around your living room, over time, that's exercise.
Everybody has 24 hours in a day, and you have to be very disciplined that if you are determined and driven to get that done, and it's very important to you, you will make that change, with money or no money. It takes 30 minutes to take a walk outside, even if you have to put your kids to sleep at 8:30, go at 9 to 9:30, that's you time, breathe, walk, and get it done.
But what does not work, and you know this, is the whole element of shaming, which again, in this case, you don't want to, especially people that follow you and appreciate you, you don't shame them. Look, I can do this. There's no excuses. Because at the end of the day, that's not going to be effective.